motive, and opportunity. You know what this case is about. It's about what happens when an innocent person is accused of a crime that they did not commit. And there's only one person with the means, motive, and opportunity. And that is Sasha Porchline. Remember, the burden of proof lies solely with the prosecution. They must prove that Logan Haynes is guilty on the counts of malice murder, felony, and false imprisonment beyond a reasonable doubt. They have failed to meet this burden. Now let's talk about who the state called out today. Detective D. Branch told you that Logan Haynes purchased the padlock immediately after learning about the theft to plan a murder. However, the receipt proved that Logan Haynes purchased the padlock on August 26th, weeks before ever learning about any money missing. This is not a minor detail. This is the lead investigator and an expert in homicide that is shaping the facts to fit a theory instead of letting the evidence lead the investigation. Next was Joe Walker, who inadvertently proved that Sasha Porchline was the one behind this murder by laying a clear pattern of motive and opportunity. The threatening phone calls, the burn and bruise marks on Zoe's body, and the confirmation that Sasha Porchline was the one lurking behind the bistro all together form a compelling evidence directly towards his guilt. And lastly, Sasha Porchline came up to the stand and proved his means and opportunity. He admitted a violent criminal history. He admitted hostility towards Zoe, and he admitted to staking out the bistro. He never cared about the well-being of Zoe because even when seeing her getting brandized with a knife and getting pushed back with a corner, she never called the police. Not once, not ever, not until it benefited him. This makes her testimony self-serving and unreliable. Now, it's clear that the state has failed to meet its burden, and when you examine the actual evidence presented by the defense, the state's entire case on Logan collapses. The evidence proved that Logan Haynes confronted Zoe on September 19th, immediately after learning about the theft. Yes, she was angry, but anger is not murder. On September 27th, after a work conversation between the two owners, Logan was seen leaving the bistro at approximately 10:30 p.m., while Zoe was still alive, working, and voluntarily staying behind. Now, the prosecution claimed that Logan had a financial motive for killing Zoe for the love of money. However, this theory collapses the moment you look at Exhibit 5, specifically Clause 5 that states that if one partner kills the other, the surviving partner receives nothing. Logan invested her life savings. She took out multiple loans and she tried to help that business. She wanted nothing more than to help Zoe, who is not just her business partner, but her best friend whom she trusted. Killing Zoe wouldn't have enriched Logan. It would have financially destroyed her. That is not motive. That is desperation masquerading as proof. Exhibit 9 proves that Zoe voluntarily stayed behind to work, as it is a clear depiction of her handwritten notes. And lastly, Exhibit 8. The receipt of the padlock, keys, and cooler proves that Logan Haynes purchased all of these on Tuesday, August 26th, weeks before ever learning about the theft. Without false imprisonment, there is no felony murder. Any argument made otherwise is speculation, and the law does not allow you to convict on speculation. Logan did not trap Zoe, nor did she confine her, nor did she trap her. Reasonable doubt is any doubt based on reason, logic, or common sense arising from evidence or lack thereof. Reasonable doubt exists because the prosecution has failed to prove false imprisonment, which is required for felony murder. Members of the jury, look at the evidence clearly. Logan Haynes lacked the motive, she lacked the means, and she lacked the opportunity. Sasha Porchline had all three. The prosecution has failed to prove that Logan Haynes is guilty on the counts of malice murder, felony, and false imprisonment beyond a reasonable doubt. The verdict the law demands is not guilty. Logan Haynes is innocent, and justice requires that you return that verdict. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Ms. Gallipoli. Closing arguments, Ms. Hennig.